All right. Welcome to another Living Freestyle Game Dev Q&A AMA. It's Sunday night. We do this twice a week. My name's Kevin. I work professionally in games, just for a quick recap. But as fun as that is, there's a lot of cool stuff I don't get to do at work. So this is a chance for us to stumble through the other cool things together, as well as answer questions, etc. Now, in general, if there aren't any questions, then I basically am working on my own game. And the way I do this when I'm in here is I do it just like I'm thinking out loud. So you can kind of watch me stumble through and figure out what exactly is going on. A few weeks back, we made the switch over. We decided to pull the plug and try to rebuild everything within the Lyra game context. That has been moving along, and we are now at the point where we're trying to get some of our original AI logic back in and rebuild it. We're not actually copying everything, and I may, while we're working today, have to relaunch the old project just to remember what we were doing. But with that, I didn't see any questions from last time or anything in the comments, and so we're just gonna roll straight back into the AI and Lyra project, and which is actually hopefully very quickly going to become our own project. So let's just get this set up and get rolling. Now, if you recall, what we were trying to do was let's bring up our behavior tree. We were working on Flea. And what it was specifically about Flea that we were working on was we wanted to be able to well, obviously when they flee, we basically want them to be able to run away when their health gets too low. So there's a bunch of things that we need to do with this to figure out. So if you recall, we also had our fight. So we're kind of trying to break our behavior trees down to see if we can't compartmentalize. So basically this comes in here and it does flight. And if we take a look at fight just comes in and finds a random location in the space and does a move too. I think we're going to want to differentiate between fight and flee right now just for our testing, but I guess we'll get to that in a second. In our flee, we had started to do a bunch of stuff that doesn't really work for finding a random location. Really what we need to do is let's duplicate this, and we're gonna call this find cover. Give me our find cover flat task. And we also want to get rid of the one at the end. Okay, so that way our find random location, we can just set back to what it was. Resimplify this. So we don't need any of this. Okay, cool. So this cleans up our find random location, and then we can go back and we can actually work on our find cover. Now, if you recall, there's a couple things about finding cover that we can kind of think about. One is, are we going to combine find cover with flee? And so, for example, what I mean is, what if we go to find cover and we're in an open field? There is no cover. So we just run away, right? And shoot while we run and gun, run and run, or gun and run and flee, whatever. Anyways, so if there is no cover, we just want to run away. Well, if we're gonna run away, I think what we want to do is we want to run away from our enemies. We don't just want to randomly run away. So how are we going to do that? So I had this idea that because there's a bunch of things about this. Usually in the past, what I've done is I've run from the direction the last damage came from. So let me bring up a whiteboard and show you what I'm talking about. Let me make sure this is actually, yes, this is showing. All right, so on this whiteboard, if we go ahead and we say we have our enemy, okay, and then we have our hero or player character, and the player character shoots the enemy. This is a vector, okay? And what happens is this enemy is getting shot from this direction. And so what we want to happen is we want the enemy to run away. And in the past, this was fairly straightforward because all I would do is take the wherever the damage came from and run the opposite way. There's some interesting things about this though. Like if, for example, there's another hero right here, they're just going to run right past that dude. That's kind of weird. So we could do this. This is probably the simplest way just to continue with this theme where run away from the damage. But I think there's some other things that we might want to take into account over time. And there's kind of a problem with running away from damage in the Lyra project. So let me explain what I'm finding as I'm looking at this. They don't seem to store the last hit direction. So in a lot of cases, a lot of times there's usually a hit component or a hit result that is stored somewhere. And in the case of the Lyra project, I found this last hit by thing that is part of the Lyra player bot controller. Basically from a Lyra character has a last hit by variable. Well, the problem is I can find nowhere that this is getting set. It's like, I can't find it anywhere. I looked in code, I don't see it getting set. And if we kind of find our Lyra character, let's see if we can do that. I'll just kind of show you Lyra character. Oh no, we don't have one. Let's take a look at Quinn. That might help us. So Blueprint Quinn inherits from Lyra tagged actor. Lyra tagged actor. Not quite what we want. Let's find our controller. See if we can have it. Let's see if we can find it under controller. Lyra VAI controller, Lyra shooter control point. Nope. AI Lyra shooter. Lyra player bot controller. Lyra player, I can't even find it now. Lyra player bot controller inherits from AI bot controller. Wow. Somewhere in here, maybe it's because player. Let's see if player is an option. Player UI. Can't find it now. Character. And I only want blueprints. Hero default. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. Alright, so hero default inherits from character default. Character default is a Lyra character. Now, as I was saying, just make sure I have the chat up. There is a hit by variable that is part of this character. But if we do a search for last hit, nothing. Okay? And we can do the same thing here. Right here, last hit, nothing. Okay, but we know it's here because it's part of the if we pull off the last of the actual Lyra character, we can get the last hit by. But I can't find anywhere this is being set in code. And so the result is, what I used to do is I used to just grab who, like, let's just say if we bring back our, let's just say if we bring back our example, okay? And let's delete these guys. And let's say that this hero throws a grenade. All right. So dude's gonna throw a grenade. Grenade lands here and explodes. So here's your shockwave. Well, in that case, or actually let's change it a little bit. Let's say the grenade lands here. All right. And then there's a shockwave. Well, what happens in that case is the damage is actually coming from the grenade. And so this dude is gonna run kind of in the direction of the hero. But that's not really what I want. Right? So what I did to shortcut this previously was whoever was doing the damage became the source point for which way to run. So even though the grenade landed here, this character would then say, okay, fine, I'm going to run from the dude who threw the grenade instead. And so end up running this way. Right? Makes sense? Well, that would be easy to do if the last hit by was getting set. But unfortunately, nowhere can I find that it's getting set. So what we could do is we could set the last hit by. Well, where do we do that? And this is you know how fun the rabbit hole can get. So basically when a grenade goes off or a weapon gets fired or whatever, there's a gameplay queue notify latent, which is this burst thing. This burst thing broadcasts the damage, and this queue, as part of the gameplay ability system, the hit results are packaged up and sent to this queue. So the only place that I can find where the hit result is available is right here, right? And so with that, this actually gets the impact normal. You can see it here, return value normal, is getting passed into this damage animation. This is how I found it. I was like, okay, I know we're playing hit reacts. I also know we're playing VFX. So I decided to look through the hit reacts. And then I found that we were selecting our hit montage based on the hit normal. And so I was able, once I found the hit animations, I was able to look for this, and then I found that and backtraced it all the way. Makes sense, right? So point is, here is where I'm actually getting the actual hit result. And I don't see anywhere in this hit result who's doing the damage. So return value hit actor, return value hit component. So in order to find this, we'd have to go in to our gameplay ability, and what we're doing in our gameplay ability is we're adding the hit result, and the hit result we're adding is this hit result. And I don't see that. Interesting, there's a whole bunch of melee trace logic in here. And this trace logic is from the Lyra character. So let's see what this is returning. The Lyra character is the Lyra character from actor info for self. Gets the socket location from the right hand. gets the forward vector and a distance, and it starts a trace, and it ends a trace. Okay, it's not really. That's our melee trace launcher. Interesting. Event graph. Okay. So basically this Lyra character that it's setting is ourself. So we're not even setting it. That would work. That would be the instigator. Melee impact owning actor. Hold on, where are we setting the apply gameplay affected target? Get the hit result. So this is the hit actor. Let's just print this. Whoops. So let's get the display name on this dude. And after we play our damage animation, we'll just print string on that. My guess is that this is going to be the person we're shooting, not the person who's doing the shooting. So let's just double check it though. And let's open our gym, our combat level. That's interesting. Ah, there we go. Sure, we'll save those. We've got to get some version control set up so I'm not so nervous about this all the time. Okay, so theoretically, when I shoot the blue characters, or red, depending on what color I come in. Alright, so blue. Alright, so when I shoot this dude, be hero, shooter, mannequin 1. Wait, that's me. Nope, that's not me. So that is exactly as I expected. That is the person getting shot. That does not do anything to help me figure out who's doing the shooting, right? The interesting thing is this hit component. Get player controller from object. No, that's not what we want. What can we get off this hit component? Physics rendering, tags, transform, get, hit. Get owning, get owner. That's interesting. What if we get this one? Get the display name. All right, I know we're kind of getting lost a little bit here, but one more test. The overall point here is I do not have the actor who's doing the damage right now. I only have the actor that is getting damage because it's all being handled through B shooter mannequin 1, B shooter mannequin 3. Yeah, that's not gonna help me either. So we'll reconnect this. So this is exactly the rabbit hole I went down. I could not figure out, it did not look like the actual person doing the damage, player, pawn, whatever doing the damage, was being stored anywhere. And so all of this stuff is being done based off the package that's being sent to the game playability system. And so I basically have a couple choices. When all this stuff is getting packaged, I could actually set the last hit by, or I can come up with another way of telling our enemies which way to run when they get below a certain amount of damage or health. So with that, what I want to do is basically, which one do we want to do? The nice thing about doing this a different way, and let me show you another potential way to do this. Okay, rather than just running from whoever's doing the damage as I'm doing here, I had this idea. Okay, here's the idea. If we have, and I used the wrong colors here, so let's clean this up a little bit. Okay, let's say that we have 3 heroes in the game, okay? And, or yeah, just 3 people on the opposite team. And let's say that you are right here, okay? Well, if you get any damage from these directions, you don't want to run into these 3 enemies. So how do you figure out where to run from when you have, 2, 3, 4 enemies? So what I was thinking was, if you take a point and you basically just average the position. So if you take these 2 and you take a weighted average, you're gonna get a point. Let's just say it's somewhere right here. Okay, now there's an interesting thing that happens. If we take the vector from each of these characters to this point, what happens is these 2 vectors mostly cancel each other out. You're going to get the result of adding these 2 vectors, when you add them together, is probably something like this. And I'm saying probably because I'm just ballparking it, okay? Then if you add in this final vector on top of it, your net result is going to be a vector that goes this way. Actually, let's change that color. Yeah, let's do it. You're gonna end up with a vector that's like this. So that's gonna be our final direction. So when we add all 3 of these, the vector away is going to be something like this. That's a pretty good direction to run, if you look at that. So basically, if you take all the enemies, average their position, that's your center point, and then you add in all the vectors to that point, the resulting vector is a reasonable direction to run, at least in this case. Now we could test it out. It doesn't work, for example. When does it not work? It doesn't, actually it works pretty well with 2, because they would go this way, right? Or actually no. No, it doesn't work. Because if we took the average position, let's just say here, basically the resulting vector is, if we put these 2 here, and let's say they were exactly equal distance from each other, the resulting vector would be 0. Okay, so we wouldn't know which way to run if there was 2. If there was 1, the average position is there, and then how do you know? So maybe that's not the best way. Maybe that's not the best way. I'm changing my mind here. I think we'll just try to see let's just see if we can try to sneakily store the person who's last hit. Okay? So to do that, this is our hit result. And what we're doing is we're adding a hit result. To the effect context. Okay. Let me see what we can do with this. Break hit result. Where is this hit result defined that it doesn't have this? What are we doing in here? Hold on. We are activating an ability, we're committing the ability. If we have authority, Da-di-da-di-da. Check hit pawn team. So if they're different teams, if they're different, oh, look at that. They're different teams. What we can do is, okay, but this is melee. So we're not gonna do this with the melee. We're going to do this with the shoot game. Wait. Dash. That's not gonna help me. Okay. Let's find all of these. Because we're not doing melee. Weapon fire, here we go. Let's open weapon fire. And let's take a look at the event graph. Activate ability. So we're activating the ability, play montage and wait. Target data is ready. Going through, hazard authority, and we're applying the gameplay effect to the target. Interesting thing is, it doesn't look like it cares about the team. So this is all failed fire. Okay. So then we're gonna do this, has authority, we're gonna apply gameplay effect. Has authority, we're gonna spawn that. Okay. And the gameplay effect we're applying is damage. Make gameplay queue parameters from hit result. Execute gameplay queue on owner. Gameplay queue impact. Gameplay queue rifle impact. Damage taken. Let's do a search for gameplay queue. Grenade, burst, weapon impact, pistol fire, rifle fire. Let's look at pistol fire because we're using a pistol. Let me make sure we're hitting this. So if we press play, yes we are. Okay. Sending a weapon fire puts us in weapon audio. Okay, we're not worried about this. We're not worried about audio right now. Lyra get weapon. Target is weapon B. Because the weapon we have right now is fire. It is inside of B weapon. So when we fire, we're getting the location. Add fake. Right now we can only have one impact pass. This is add fake projectile data. Oh, interesting. So in the sequence of things, we're going to go through spawn the actor, weapon fire, set impact positions and impact normals, and then it's gonna fire the weapon. How does it even know that? Spawn and activate weapon fire effects. Okay. Spawn and activate weapon impact. It's gonna spawn and activate weapon decal system. Well, theoretically, spawn the actor, set the weapon fire, attach actor to component, Impact positions. We have got to figure out where that's coming from. And then we're gonna fire. Okay. E weapon fire. What does this do? Shell, muzzle flash, tracer, and destroys the actor. We don't need any of this. Muzzle flash. That's Niagara. Updating the trigger. Wait a second. Oh, those are the impact positions. Okay. Spawn and activate weapon impact systems. Attach to actor, impact position, surface types. Fire again. Okay. Spawn and activate the weapon decal system. Oh my goodness. We're just trying to find the best place to put this information. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so this is pistol fire. We're definitely coming in here. Oh, look at this. The burst stuff is getting sent in. Can we look at Instigator? Ooh. That's promising? Let's see if I can just breakpoint that and see what it is. Or do I actually have to print it? Alright, so that should... Current value, none. It's not set. Okay, so hold on. Let's take a look at the blueprint debugger here. Sometimes this is helpful. Here we go. Gameplay queue with parameters. Gameplay queue notify parameter structure. How is this getting set? Ooh. So the instigator's not being set here. This is GA weapon fire. I want to break here. Stop. Yeah. Play. Okay. Target data. Hold on. I think I missed. Make it so we don't miss. Okay. So location normal, instigator set to none. Our instigator is none, but we could set it if we wanted to. We have a target. What's our target right now? Event ranged weapon target data ready. This is play montage and wait. This is starting the range weapon targeting. We should just be able to... Oh man, let's just try this. Now I got some errors popping up. I'm not sure why. set. Nope. Make gameplay queue. Can we add? Gameplay queue notify parameter. I want to set an array element. Nope. That's not it either. If I break this, I just need to figure out how to set the instigator. Because if I... Hold on a second. How does this... Actually, this may not help me. Oh, come on, man. Weapon, pistol fire. There's the target. Who's the target? It comes from burst. That's why I need it here. Oh goodness. Okay. Wait, can I break this? Hit actor. There's gotta be a way to add to this gameplay queue notify parameter. Make game play queue parameters. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't really want to do it this way. I could go through, connect this one by one, and brute force this. But I'd really love to just... add gameplay compute. Target. No, that's not what I want. Add. Set. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna brute force this, which is kind of a bummer. Alright, so let's break this. Let's just see if this even works, because this will just be a whole lot easier to test. Normalized. That context. Alright, we want to make sure everything works. Here. Let's get a reference to self. Get a reference to self. We'll feed that into our instigator. What? Well, what is self? Oh. Is locally controlled. Okay, hold on. Who's activating this ability? Get avatar actor from actor info. This returns. Interesting. Spawn effect. Alright, so we're going to do that, and we're going to use this as our gameplay queue notify. Now, with that done, all I want to do is get the display name of this and print this. Print string. Okay. So let's just see if it prints anything. Ah. Be hero shooter mannequin. Be hero shooter. Oh, that's it. We got it. Alright. That was a rabbit hole. So we can set that. So if we escape now, let's come back here. So we don't need this print anymore. We know that our instigator is valid at this point, which is cool. And in here, it's interesting. It's interesting what we're doing, but that is at least working. I wish there was a way to... Can we hide all this? Collapse. No. We'll clean this up. Let's see if we can't do this. Make some room for these. One day I'd like to find a better way to do this part of it. Just trying to clean this up so that we don't have so much fun with the wires. Okay. So now we have that set. Let's save that. And now, because we have our instigator and we have the target, we should be able to, oops. Look at this, what is this? You can't even tell that that's connected. Okay, it's a little cleaner. Okay, so at this point, we should be able to set our last hit buy for our target. So for example, what we could do here, theoretically, is if we basically take this and we cast it to Elira. Cast to a Lyra character. Whew. And whether we're successful or not, we're gonna come in here. But as a Lyra character, set last hit by. Set. Oh, you're kidding me. We can't set that? I guess we can get it, but we can't set it. We can only get it. We can't set it. All that because nothing. Oh, goodness. Okay. So we could go into code and let's see, let's double check what the Lyra character is set to. Last hit by. Lyra character.h. Not in here. Not in there. Interesting. I swore I found this in code. What? Where's our Lyra character then? Last. Find all. This is only used in find cover. This is a Lyra character, which is referencing this code. Okay. Look in entire solution. Hold on. We want to do last hit by. Or it's going to return too much. Oh no. This is in pawn. This is in the pawn.h file. Which is excuse me, which is in the runtime code. I don't want to change that. I don't want to change that. Change that. Alright, so we don't need to do this cast. Target. We could add this to the blackboard. That might be a way to do that. Let's take a look at our enemies. This is the Lyra Shooter Bots blackboard. target, enemy, self, actor, move goal, and out of ammo. If we add a new key that is an object, and this is going to be our damage instigator, damage instigator, and it is going to be an actor. Base class. Let's do controller. What do you want it to be? A Lyra character? Let's try Lyra character. Okay. So then what we want to do is in that pistol fire from the target. Can we get the blackboards in here? Get the blackboard. Okay. And then set value as object. And the key name we're going to set is going to be the damage instigator. So let's make this. And this is going to be damage instigator. Instigator. And we're going to set the value to be the instigator. Okay, so theoretically, if we are shooting this weapon fire and we call flee, we should be able to do that. We should be able to get that information from the blackboard. And one way to test this is in our nav. What we can do here is we can get from the blackboard, we can get the value as object, and the key name is damage instigator, and we're going to print string on that. Nope. Print string here. So what's going to happen is when we flee, or no, this is when we find random locations, we're going to go ahead and print it. And if this works, then we can implement our flee. So right now, they're not printing anything. Get blackboard. Hold on a second. Access none, set value is greater on burst function. Hold on a second. Blueprint, access none tripe. Set value as object. Get blackboard. Interesting. So we can't get the blackboard here? Okay. Get controller. Get the controller. Then from here, we'll get the black. Okay. Ooh, nope. We still get that error. Access none, trying to reforward and get black. Interesting. Hold on a second. What is this target? It is a slow night tonight. We are not making a lot of progress. Okay. So, get display name. What is this thing? reference string. Wait a second. Target. Hold on. Am I printing what I think I'm printing? Let's change it to hot pink and make sure. It's Be Hero Shooter Mannequin. It's never gonna have a... Hold on a second. We're still gonna need that. Still gonna need that. Our instigator. Where are we? This is in weapon pistol fire. This was all happening in weapon fire. Hold on, so the weapon pistol fire does have a target. Interesting. This is not where we want to be doing this. This is in the wrong place. Okay, so this should all be clean again. We want to be doing this in weapon fire. And what we want to do is... Interesting. I don't even know if this is set. We may already have that. And we're going to go through the for loop. Process target data, target data. Hit result. Or hit result. But where is... Okay, where's this target data getting used? Okay, this is the gameplay. Broadcast damage taken. This is the target here. Parameters on the burst. Instigator. This is the gameplay cue parameters from hit result. Parameters. Gameplay cue parameter structure. Break. Instigator. What is this? Oh, we're getting the hit result from that. Interesting. Okay, so from the target, can we get the blackboard here? And then we're gonna set values object. And the object is going to be the instigator. We're going to make one of these. I'm moving this up here temporarily because I might be changing this. Man, I hope my mic is on. Okay. And that's going to be the damage. Damage. Instigator. Can't spell. Actually, it's can't type. Damage instigator. Okay, try again. Alright, well, we're not getting errors. But we're also not printing out. Our fine RAM damage. Yep, it's not printing anything. So either. Nope. Either we're not hitting this, or this is the wrong blackboard. Let's break here. Okay. Hero Shooter Mannequin 3. Is the blackboard valid here? Okay. So hold on a second. I may have spelled it wrong. Okay. Unknown. Unknown. We need 3. Resume, so we're only gonna stop when it's 3. Okay, here's 3. Class unknown. Okay. Damage instigator. Damage instigator. Okay, so let's just do this. Let's get controller from that. Get the AI controller. And then let's get the blackboard. I don't know why this would matter, but let's just make sure. Set value as object. Gonna feed into here. Gonna feed into here. This would be here. This here. So now we're kind of forcing it to make sure that it is the blackboard of the controller. Should be the same. That's interesting. So, okay. Let's try this. Let's see if it's because for our blackboard, rather than setting this to Lyra character, let's just do actor. See how that goes. It is called Damage Instigator. That is true. And we are setting it right here. We're setting it when there's damage. So let's just trace this. Okay, and we are setting it to our gameplay cue instigator is nada. Wait a second. This is in damage taken. But we set that in, not here. This is where we were setting that. Right here. I pressed the wrong button. Right here. This is where we're setting that. Alright, so let's resume. Okay. So when we hit this, we're setting this to be hero shooter mannequin. And we're going to send this to everybody, I'm assuming. Okay. And our instigator is unknown. So in this case, still be hero shooter mannequin. Damage taken, okay. The target. Can't read it. The target is the instigator. Instigator's not. Wait a minute. I thought we had that as valid. Here we go. Get the display name. Print the string. Okay. That's mannequin 3. That's mannequin 1. Alright. So the target's definitely valid. In the sense that it is what we're expecting it to be. And then this dude here, the instigator, is not. Whoa. Why is that not right? We're going through. Okay, so at the time we shoot, this should theoretically print out green who's doing the damage. Perfect. Every time I shoot, it sets it. Okay. So theoretically that should go into there, and then it's going to execute the gameplay from there. Okay. Wait a second. Weapon, rifle fire. Interesting. This is weapon, pistol fire. But we're definitely hitting this, aren't we? Browse. Weapon, pistol fire. Weapons, rifle. Let's see if we're hitting this one. We should not be. This is pistol fire. Okay. Pistol fire. Hold on a second. This is our burst damage. Our instigator here is probably valid. Damage taken. Oh, we were trying to do this on damage taken. Interesting. The reason we were doing this was because get blackboard. Oh god, how is this none? How's this none? Get controller. Get the blackboard. Set that back here. How is it? Okay, it's valid. So what's the target at this point? Target. Let's print that instead. Not the actual target, that's why. We don't actually have the AI. This is not where we need to be doing this. This is all just burst stuff. Problem is, okay, so here's the problem. Problem is our instigator here at this point is valid, but these gameplay queue parameters aren't being passed through. All that's being passed through is this fire. So when we go to fire, it sets all the impact positions, gets the muzzle location, adds fake projectile data, it does the shooting. Where's that damage taken? Hero, Irish shooter, find cover. Standard macros we don't need. Melee, damage taken. Parameters. Are we hitting this? We are. But our instigator's none. Who called this? This is called by our damage taken on execute, which came from our... Okay, hold on a second. I want to know what our instigator is here. Ah, we already hit that. Okay, new print strings. On execute. I want to know if this is valid. Make this white. Okay. Not printing anything. Or white is too hard to see. So, hold on a second. We just saw it hit that breakpoint. Is it not hitting this? Or is our parameters nothing? Could be our parameters are actually bogus. Instigators none. So who called this? This was called multicasting gameplay queue executed weapon fire. It's called in weapon fire. Target data ready. I don't understand why. Clearly it's putting the green here, it's setting the parameters, and it's sending the gameplay queue parameter. I think the only thing we could do is double check it here. So if we do that, and make sure we hit. Okay, so when we come in here, our instigator is Be Hero Shooter Mannequin. Now in these guys, oh, we haven't set it yet. Now we've set it. Be Hero Shooter Mannequin is clearly set, and the Q tag that we're sending is pistol fire. Pistol fire. Alright, so there's pistol fire. So we're currently in weapon fire. It's sending pistol fire. But pistol fire isn't passing that instigator to... Okay, so damage taken's gotta be coming from somewhere else. And pistol fire is not actually setting. We're just in the wrong place. Even with all these print strings, we're still in the wrong place. So this is damage taken. That's my target. All these are not set. None of these are set. We have to figure out where the damage taken is called from, because none of these values are set. It's just the multicast inbuilt gameplay queue from spec. This is applying the gameplay effect to the target, and target data is... Oh... Stop. What do we have for target data? Wait, we can't break our target. Nope. Set. Can we make a target data? Make gameplay target data. Make target data. Make gameplay ability target data handle. Nope. This gameplay stuff. So much fun. Gameplay ability handle structure by rep. No, that's not what I want. How do you set these values, man? This is the stuff that's always so difficult. Basically, our target data is being passed in here to this gameplay effect, and the gameplay effect is a damage, which is causing the taken, but nothing is set. Nothing set. Doesn't make any sense. Alright. We are way past time. I need to do a mental reset, and I need to go back to what we were originally doing, right? We're getting a vector from the hit multiple places. Alright, let's go ahead and wrap this up and reposition. Okay, so obviously we didn't make a whole bunch of progress today. Trying to pass through the instigator is not working right now. I think we need to go back to what we were doing originally, start again from some of the fundamentals of how is the montage deciding which animation to play, taking a look at where those hit vectors are defined, and working from there. But overall, and this shouldn't be this hard, right? Literally all we want to know is who's doing the damage. And because of the whole gameplay ability system, the way this is set up, it's not being tracked anywhere. It's all being converted to vectors that get passed on. Seems like something you'd want to know. I'm surprised they don't have that in here, but we'll have to figure out where to properly set our instigator and stuff like that. So maybe that's what we will be doing Wednesday morning. If I get some chance to work on it between now and then, hopefully to jumpstart this, I will. So I hope everybody has a good first half of your week, and I will catch you on the next one.